Well, hello again. I got thinking about the last video I put up there. Well, I got to thinking I made a comment about the LGBTQ whatever alphabet soup thing. And I was listening to some complaints about freedom of speech. And there's a whole bunch of stuff about, free speech. Well, that's sort of like listening to these people talk about Second Amendment. And I got to thinking, so I went in and looked, read, refreshed my memory. And, that Constitution of the United States, that's actually a very interesting thing. Because there was a lot of things thought of that nobody even pays attention to anymore. I'm sorry that they don't, but that's just the way it is. Now I'm trying to find, I pulled out an old, I made a comment about that preamble. Right there, okay. Now it says, that preamble, we the people of the United States, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare, and secure the blessings of liberty to ourselves and our posterity, do ordain and establish this Constitution for the United States of America. Now, that's kind of interesting because that we, the people of the United States, is the legal citizens of the United States. Now, that provide for the general welfare, that's to provide for the welfare of the people, the country. It's not a welfare state. Now, old Franklin Delano Roosevelt and that guy back that got us into the First World War and started the big mess, they all got this idea of a welfare state. Well, no, that's socialism. Socialism is not liberty. Socialism is part of totalitarianism, always was, always will be. Okay, now, that secured blessings of liberty to ourselves and our posterity. See, that's liberty. Okay, liberty, you're free to do what you want. You can go out here. You got something stuck in the mowing machine. You can put your hand in there and pull it out. Try to pull it out. Well, that mowing machine might take your hand off. Well, after you scream and jump around and got the blading stopped, if you go back out there, you got liberty. You can go back out there and you can shove the other hand in that mowing machine to pull that thing out. See? But you take responsibility for your own actions. That has to do with anything. You want to be a thief? You want to go steal something out of somebody's house? The lady or the man there catches you and shoots you dead? You take responsibility. It ain't their fault. You go out and drive drunk and kill somebody, they say, the worst they ever say is vehicular homicide. But if you get drunk and drive, I consider that shedding of innocent blood, so my religious belief, that's murder. But anyway, I digress. Now, let's go over here to this thing that I was saying about free speech and all this other stuff. In them amendments, I made a comment on that other thing about the LGBTQ and Christians and Muslims and whatever religion you might be. You can do what you want. Amendment 1. Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof, or abridging the freedom of speech or of the press or the right of the people peaceably to assemble, and to petition the government for a redress of grievances. Now that's that First Amendment. Now the Second Amendment, everybody knows that one. Everybody talks about it all the time. Okay? Well, that First Amendment. People's belief system. Everybody, every individual has got a belief system, some kind. I don't care. It might be Islam, it might be Christianity, it might be Judaism, it might be Satanism, it might be Wiccan, white Wiccan, or dark black Wiccan, whatever they call them. It could be that Sharia stuff that some of them people in Florida and islands, and I guess it was over in Africa, practice. Voodoo. Doesn't matter. You see, all of those things are religion. Their belief system. And that Constitution and what the people, we the people said, was we can do it. You can do it. You can practice it. But you cannot try to force your beliefs onto me. I believe what I believe. And I'll ask you if you want to know what I believe, but I've got no right to tell you. Now let's go back. We got some things going on here. Now them LGBTQ people, they've got every right in the United States of America to practice their beliefs. They believe in all that stuff, fine. But they have to do it in a segregated manner so as not to cause problems and trouble for other people. Because we got, right now, there's some fellas up there in that Minnesota or Wisconsin, whatever it was, that passed a law because it was all Muslims on the city council. Passed a law, no pride flags. A couple of people thought they were smart. Well, they're going to put up pride flags and got fired. See, that's the way it's supposed to work. Okay, I don't care if the whole state of California and Massachusetts get together and want to be LGBTQ whatever. They got the right to do it. See? But they better make sure that the majority is of that religion and that they don't stop other people from practicing whatever religion they have. Now, if they're not the majority, they need to go over and do it peaceably in this county or that county or this big city. San Francisco, we used to have the, what they call it, Tenderloin. There was all kinds of stuff went on in the Tenderloin. There was all kinds of stuff went on out in North Beach. No big deal. That's where it stayed. People accepted it. Okay? New York's got places in their city. Well, you got places down there where them Hasidic Jews or whatever they are, they're the majority. Well, they can practice their religion now. They don't need to push it off on other people. If you go into a bakery and you want a bunch of genital type cakes made up for a party, and then people say that offends them, they don't like that, they don't want to do it. You should just say, okay, that's fine. Do you know anybody that would help me with this order? They'll probably tell you another bakery just across town or something that cook you anything you want. Okay? That's the way we're supposed to be. This is the United States of America. We have 50 separate sovereign countries under a Republican form of government. If a state didn't have a Republican form of government, it couldn't be a state. Now, that's got nothing to do with democracy. California, Los Angeles, County of Los Angeles is a democracy. Okay? majority of people there can vote for X amount of things and have these county. But now, if that next county over, I don't remember now, next county over don't like that stuff, they can say, well, we don't accept those businesses and that kind of activities within our county, but you're free to do them in Los Angeles County. Same thing up there with all them others. We're supposed to get along with each other. That's the whole idea of a union. We strength when we need it to fight off enemies, like an invasion of some type or that. But other than that, we leave people alone. We got into that Korea. We got into that Vietnam. We got into that Iraq. We got into a few other things. And Syria, Iran, Afghanistan. You know, we had no business being in any of those for the simple fact, this is the United States of America. We have our liberty. Well, our liberty extends to them people. The people in Korea had liberty. They take care of their own affairs. Some people wanted the government, and other people didn't want that government, and they had a war, and one lost, and the other, and that's the way it worked out. See what I'm saying? Vietnam, we had no business taking over from the French and messing in their problem. Iraq, we had no business messing around in their deal. I don't know whether that Kuwait was originally part of Iraq or not. See? Well, I'm going to shut up for now. I'll think of something else. You have a good day. Enjoy the weather. And may God bless you.